Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Monday night here at SimRace SA. It's Alan Paterson, and we are bringing you the first round of the new season of the F3 series live stream from Barcelona. And in the studio together with me is my good friend Nick Hodgson. Nick, good evening.
Evening, Alan. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Living that lockdown dream.
Love it. Sure. Yeah, it's been a very creative past 2 weeks. Let's put it that way. Um, yeah. What more can you say, huh? All right, we're going straight into our qualifying session. We're at Barcelona tonight. This is the first round of what is this? It's season 2. Is that how it's labeled as?
Correct. Yeah. So this is going to be part or season 2 of 2020. So I think it's technically labeled as 2020.1B because they are running. GP is running slightly out of sync in against GT. Simply because it's progressing so much quicker.
Okay.
So we're going to have 2 seasons. At the moment, we have 2 GP seasons for every GT season.
So there's 5 races in each season, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Good. All right.
And of course, these races are a bit shorter than the GT races, which are an hour and a half long. These are mostly 45 minutes, although we did end last season at an hour and a half race, and I think that was at Kyalami, if my memory serves, which it generally doesn't, but I think I got that right.
You're right. Last round was round 5 Kyalami. That's correct.
Starting off this season, though, of course, we're currently at Barcelona.
It's an awesome track. I can say I was lucky enough to have travelled there, but I didn't actually go in. I drove past. But I mean, any MotoGP fanatic knows this track well, and the support they get for the Spanish bike riders. It's a religion all on its own, this place.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even the F1 guys know this exceptionally well, like the back of their hand.
Definitely.
Used for testing over the years an awful lot, and of course a staple on the F1 calendar.
Yes, and Alonso's home track.
Exactly, and of course we're back with the F3 cars.
Yes, we got a great looking field actually tonight. It looks like it's a full house according to my numbers. Obviously,
Dirkie Swanepoel just locking up there a little bit, sending him off. Tricky track, this definitely a tricky track.
And you can actually see you can get this. You can actually get caught down in the sand traps, as they said. Yep. Okay, he's made it out. 20. We should have official 20 drivers. So we'll see once they start putting up a official timing. We're 12 minutes left of this qualifier. So,
and just looking at tire selection, obviously that was a big big debating point at the end of last season, certainly. And these tires are quite interesting, but the selection from people is kind of all over the shop at the moment. I see people on softs, mediums, and hards.
I do too. Yes. Although in saying that, there is only 2 people on softs right now, but still they're on softs, and we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on hard, 6 on hard tires. I count. The rest are all mediums.
Yep, I agree with that. I think the soft tire is a bit is a bit brave.
Yes.
So certainly I'd probably say for qualifying, medium's going to be it. But I think we'll see a lot of hard tires used during the race.
Yes, I agree. Right, some fast times coming in. As happened in practice, Jacques Botha is leading the pace at the moment.
And our current champion, I think.
Yes, true. I'll refer back. We do have the qualifying round lap times at 1:33.7, and he's currently at 1:34. So pretty close to, but should go quicker based on the heat at the temperature at the track and the condition of the track. So we'll see how they go.
Yeah, indeed. I see Kieran Paterson in the chat already supporting his team. Looking forward to seeing how Andy and Barry go this evening. Andy, of course, is a new entrant for Sim Race South Africa. I think, not just the GP.
That's correct. He's the resident housemate. A hell of a nice guy, but he comes from a console background. So obviously Kieran getting the rig in the house. Andy's been doing some messing around when Kieran's been taking a break. Got onto the F3 cars and was ridiculously quick straight off the bat. So he's signed up with Jason and SimRace SA. He's got a paid for account, and he's running the F3 series. And out of the qualifying on the weekend of 28 people, he was, I think, 10th quickest. So he's showing his pace as the newbie at the moment.
That's fantastic.
Together with one or two others, I think there's Bjorn Buchner is also one of the new chaps, and he's in for tonight's race as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really great. Motorsport is absolutely 100% infectious, and I'm glad he's caught this particular disease.
Agreed. It couldn't be a nicer one to get, I must say. And I must say, we were joking about it off air just now. It's without the rigs, I don't know what we would be doing, to be honest, because this lockdown hasn't been fun for a lot of people, man.
No, definitely not, and it's an amazing distraction to have right now. Speaking of, Jacques Botha, a 33.245 at this stage, done on the hard tire as well. Absolutely flying.
1:33.2, and Matthew, he's going for it as well. Currently in second place on a 1:34.4, but I'm sure he'll get quicker. We've got just over 8 minutes left.
I see Mad Panda in the YouTube chat supporting Black Widow Racing.
Team BWR, correct.
Team BWR, that's them.
Hey guys. And good evening to Gert Snyman as well, and Chris Janker. How's it, guys? Thanks for joining. Hopefully everything sounds good and looks good. Just let us know, but I think it's all right for tonight.
Yep, looking forward to a fantastic race. We've got 18 times posted so far with 7.5 minutes left to go. And we got Matthew Boy absolutely on his delta right now, looking for a 10th here. Currently sitting in second position. Yep. I think Matthew will be looking for a better result this championship than last. He was quick. He was definitely quick in the first season of 2020. But he never quite converted that into really good results. He had a few unlucky breaks and a couple of his own mistakes, and it just resulted in something that wasn't up to his usual standards. So we'll see what he comes out with.
Yeah. Looking at those results, his highest were round 4 and 5 with 44. So that's a 50, 47, 45. That's a net fourth place. That's correct.
Yes.
So, fourth and worse. Fourth being his best result. So he's due for a win, but
yeah, definitely. Matthew's certainly one of the guys who can be up on the podium fairly regularly. I see he's doing quite well, 0.3 better off this lap. But he's got a new teammate as well. Our Italian friend Marmeghi has joined Point Blank Sim Racing, and will be joining Matt to make an assault on the Drivers' Championship.
Yep.
Of course, Point Blank only fielded one driver at the start of this championship, and now there's a full team.
Growth is good.
Indeed. Oh, and Stoner's just put in a 34.4. It's really close at the top there now. Apart from Jacques Botha, who's a full second on pole at the moment, but between Corne Breed, Lawrence Stern and Matthew Boy, there is not much to split them. 2/10 overall, and I mean Boy and Sterner, that may as well be the same lap time.
Yeah. I'm just quickly going through them now just to look at their deltas and see who's where. Corne Breed and Lawrence Stern are both about 2/10 down on their current laps and locking as we see. Matthew Boy currently in 4th. Good way down, so it could be an outlap or he's had a problem. Roel Postma, 5th place.
Yep, decent lap there, my Roel.
He's in the pits.
Yeah, and I see Melvin Host has a fan in the YouTube chat, but unfortunately sitting in the pits at the moment. But in 13th position currently.
Yes.
Henry Roo asking if it's the RRS F3, if he's not mistaken. I think it is. I think it definitely is. RSS, I think, though. Isn't it?
As in the
Race
car?
Yeah, I think it's the Race Sim Studio mod.
That's correct. It is a mod you've got to download, Henry. It's the links are wherever. I think Ryan's put them somewhere. You can go and have a look or just chat to the guys. It doesn't come in the game, but you do have to download it.
Yeah, check it out on simracesa.co.za. All of the information you need is there if you'd like to join in. This is the start of the season. Perfect time to jump into a GP car. Remember the 5 races that we have that make up the championship. You are allowed 1 skip round. So if you're thinking of joining, this could be your skip round. Get in your practice for upcoming.
That's it. 4 count. Throw 1 away, and you could throw this away, and you'll have your next 4 results to count. Right, we're down to 4 minutes.
I tell you what, Dirkie Swanepoel and Peter Geldenhuis, there's not much separating those 2 chaps either. Look at that. Few hundredths of a second. Still plenty to play for here.
Dirkie's up on his delta, yeah?
Oh, let's have a watch. Is he going to go over the line? Oh, he's going to...
He's done it. He's gone. He's 7th. 1:34.9. That was the
well
end
done.
of that lap. Ryan de Azevedo in 8th place. I think he's also a new...
I think he joined us last year. I think he was there.
Oh dear.
Yes, he came 12th in the championship last year.
Sure.
Sorry, I missed that. What happened?
I don't really understand. He had stopped on the main straight and somebody's just driven into him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And that car took a huge whack and I'm not sure who that was. But I'm sure it'll get fixed.
Let's have a look, see if anyone's up on their delta at the moment. Corne Breed is flirting with it.
We're on board with Corne now, and he's flirting with it. And
Matthew Boy is 2.5. He's gonna, he's on it. He's gonna go across the line. It's 2.5 tenths for him. Boom. Into second position. Yep. 134.192. That is epic. He has just pipped Corne Breed by the squeakiest of margins.
Corne Breed, mind you, he's up on his delta, and he's halfway through a lap.
Henry Roo saying it. Sorry, Henry Roo is saying the mod is actually free to purchase at the moment. Generally, the RSS mods are. Got some Tokyo drift going on here.
Corne just blew out his. He was on a quick lap there, so that's the end of that lap, and I think he's going to abandon it. Lawrence Stern. No, I'm just going.
Melvin with a whole bunch of a whole host of fans in the YouTube chat, but but it's still not tempting him out the pits. He must feel that a 35.6 is his best effort. I feel that that many fans in the YouTube chat is at least worth 0.3 of a second.
There's something. I don't know. Maybe you guys can just confirm this. Is he from Namibia? And all the followers, is Melvin in Namibia or Windhoek or somewhere?
I know we did have a Namibian at one stage. I just don't know who it is.
Okay.
Or was.
Maybe you guys can let us know on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Mike McGeer currently down in 16th, and he is a good 2.5 tenths up on his delta with 50 seconds to go. So this will be an improvement if he holds it all the way around. He's got traffic ahead, but let's see.
3 tenths now, yeah. A man with a lot of experience, Mike McGeer.
That's true.
Black Widow Racing.
Yes.
Those BWR fans will be cheering in the channel, I'm sure. He's got a way to go on his lap to bank this one.
But he's increasing. Yes, Melvin is Namibian, I was right. And the supporters, I think, as well.
Well done, good call, good call. 4.5 tenths now,
Yeah,
come on.
On it. This is a good...
Come on, Mike, this is your chance, buddy.
He's almost up to half a second here, so traffic must just get out the way.
Oh, bit of a lock-up.
Saw that.
Managed to keep it together and actually gain time there.
We'll go on board with him here for the last section.
A good half a second now. Maintaining that. Into overtime.
Yeah, this
got to make it count.
This is a tricky little section.
Very easy to spin the car, as we saw.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, it'll be 3 tenths. 3.5 tenths. He'll bank that, I'm sure. Wonderful. Well done, Mike. Great time at the end there. Barry Mayer just squeaking in right at the end. I saw that, Barry, coming in 19th, but getting a time in. Well done.
Yeah, he was behind. That's correct.
Okay, so we have Jacques Boerter on pole. A few guys doing practice starts, but Jacques Boerter on a pole on 33.2. And you've got to say he's creamed a lot of them a little bit. The only other man getting into the 33s, of course, is Matthew Boy on a 33.8. And then followed by Lawrence Stern in third position on 34.1. So unless the chaps have something in special planned for the race in terms of their setups, and I know a lot of them do spend a lot more time on the race setup than they do on their qualifying setup.
That's true. Nick, we'll be back in 30 seconds. We're just going for a quick advertising break here. Alright people, we're back with you here. Your suggestion, we go to what, TV cameras? That's looking back at the grid. There we go.
There we go. That's
I see
great.
There's a gap back there behind Dirk Brand, so I don't know who's gone missing, but
someone's yet to join, but they've only got 15 seconds left. Here we got the lights. We're ready.
10 seconds.
Here they come.
Okay, here come the lights.
6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. They're out, and we're off. That was a long wait on the lights, but some squirming off the line, I see. But we're all away safely. Oh, they're absolutely thundering down to turn 1.
Here they come.
I see Jacques Boerter. Oh, there's a move up the inside, looking to grab that position. Matthew Boy lost out off the start, but is back up to second. Jacques Boerter has come all the way down to third position, though.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll catch up with you.
That's okay. That's okay. Clearly, clearly there's been a whole bunch of drama, and we've now got Lawrence Stern. Lawrence Stern out in front, 0.6 of a second ahead of Matthew Boy, 0.4 ahead of Jacques Boerter. So Boerte's now got a bunch of work to do.
Yes,
He's got
Matthew Boy up
44
into
minutes.
second. Yes.
But so Boerte's now has fallen back from first all the way to third, and he got a great start. So there must have been something going on through turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah. I was just getting my car off the pit, off the main straight, so I missed that. I had to rather get the car off. Sorry about that.
Indeed, we've also got a little bit of a friendly banter in the chat with Engine Governor saying point blank for the win, while Henry Roos coming back and saying not a chance, Sim Racing Crew all the way. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. But at the moment we've got Lawrence Sterner in the lead and Matthew Boy second. Ooh, keeping it nice and tidy. But I tell you what, Jacques Butt all over the back of Matthew Boy now. 2/10 of a second.
We're following Jacques Butt here, and he's in the draft, and he's going right past him.
Oh yeah, got him. Absolutely got him. I wonder if Jacques is possibly running maybe a slightly lower downforce than Matthew Boy.
Watching from Matt's car now. They're going to 1 and 2, all safe and sound.
And Stoner's on the medium tyre, while both Jacques and Matthew are on the hard tyre, followed by Corne Breert and Marius Skuman on the mediums, making up the top 5. So certainly mixed tyre strategies going on right now.
Yes, yes. I see our other new chap, De Azevedo. He's had a dreadful start. He must have spun or turned the car around. He's a good 30 seconds off the pack.
Yeah, that certainly speaks to an incident like that. He definitely came in last championship. He finished 12th last season. So so I think he just didn't take part in all the races. But still, great to have him here.
Oh yes.
Barry Mayer's had a problem.
He's in the barrier. There was a turnaround. Got him, and he's got going again, but he's back down at the bottom.
Yeah, a mistake this early on in the race is certainly going to cost you lots of positions, and then you're going to have to battle your way all the way back. I imagine his car will have a bit of damage on as well after that. Corne Breert looking to challenge Matthew Boy now.
This midfield is it's a bit busy here.
It's massively busy. Oh
no. Older newbie Andrew Wilbolt's just cooking the tyres, and now he's just digging the car into... Oh dear. Okay, there he goes. He's got going. Looking to have a couple of ping issues as well, possibly. Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, so Jacques Butt is now looking to chase down Lawrence Sterner. Corne Breert was catching Matthew Boy, but now we've got a bit of breathing room for Matthew Boy.
Yeah,
he's sort of settled into...
Sorry.
No, go for it.
He's definitely... He's 2/10 up on his delta here, and he's got right under the tail of Lawrence Sterner. So I think if he maintains this all the way back to the start finish, he's just going to drive past him on the main straight under the in the draft.
Yeah, indeed. We have people watching from all around the world as well. We see Chris Younker, welcome, all the way from Germany. Course where Jason Holden Jones, our fearless leader, is currently situated. Oh,
that was late. There was almost a dive bomb, and it could have ended in tears for both of them. He did well to pull that up.
Absolutely. I mean, those tyres will have not thanked him for it one little bit, but they both live to fight again another day. Jacques Butt maybe a little bit impatient after the turn 1 incidents. You can see in the rear view mirrors there, Butt is all over the back of Sterner.
Yeah, they come down the main straight, and he's in the draft. Lawrence Sterner going defensive down the inside of the track, so Jacques going to have to go all the way around the outside here. They're neck and neck in the braking zone. Oh, this is good driving. Left him a lot of space. That was brilliant.
That was well defended there by Sterner. I think... the more I see it, the more I think Matthew Boy is running a much higher downforce setup. You saw how Butt was just able to basically drive past Boy as the move was made, whereas this time Sterner was having none of it. So unless Boy didn't activate his DRS or something, which I highly doubt, it was I'm sure they're running different setups.
There's a lot of action going on back here. On board with Hannes van Beek. And him and Krayling are having a race. They're very close on the track, as you can see.
Welcome to Stephen Sparks in the YouTube chat. Good to have you here, and another SRC fan.
Peter Kraling here is in the rough against the barriers and just losing position after position.
Rejoining
he's new
safely
to the F3 series.
Yes, I think he is.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just do a quick check. Let's just do a quick check here. No, actually, no, we were wrong yet again. Peter Kraling finished 14th last season.
Okay.
Yep. Or am I? No, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Okay. While you're checking that up, we've got the newbie Andrew Walbolt for Paterson Works Racing just behind Barry Mayer and now going past Barry Mayer. So that's a pass up to 15th place. Further up the track, oh no, he just runs a bit wide. Further up the track, we've got onto the turn 2, turn 3 cluster, and Botha is right on the back of Stern. This is Stern's doing some good defensive driving here. He's just run a bit wide, but he's riding defensively. He's closing all the doors and he's making Jacques work hard for this. If he's going to go round, he's got to go around the outside.
That's close. That's really close. So I'm both wrong and right.
Okay.
On the Peter Kraling. Peter Kraling is technically not new, but he only raced the last 2 races of last season.
Okay.
So that's why. That's why we're not too used to his name. But this is fantastic racing between Sterner and Botha.
Agreed. At the moment, this is the closest race on the track. A little bit of a lock-up there for Jacques. He's trying to stay as close as he can because they're going on to this long start-finish straight. There was a bit of a... Matthew Boy had a big incident. Corne Breedt's gone past him.
And welcome to Mark in the YouTube chat as well.
Nick, look here on the straight.
Ooh.
Again, in the braking zone.
Has he got him? He's going to run wide though. Can he keep it?
Oh
no!
No, that's terrible.
That was unfortunate. He was... Jacques Botha was always going to be running wide there because he had to go in so deep for turn 1. Yeah. You can see there Sterner obviously feels like it was his mistake, which it definitely was.
He did a good job there. Yeah, he stopped and waited for him to go, so well done to Lawrence for that. It was a little accident, and I think it's a... Look, based on their pace, I think they'll be back up there within a couple of laps, so... But right now they're still busy racing.
They're still having a go at it.
And we've got a Skuman who's now inherited 3rd place out of all of this. These guys are driving neck and neck around the track.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's all settle down here, boys. Take a breath.
Yep, still 35 minutes to go. As you say, fantastic for Skuman coming up into 3rd there. Once again, I'm going to beat my keep it slow, well, keep it steady drum. If you don't make mistakes, you're gonna get points. That's just the way it works here.
That's it.
Certainly in the GP, no mistakes equals lots of points here.
Right, Corne Breedt leads for the first time this race. Matthew Boy not too far behind him. 136.4 for Breedt, 137.4 for Matthew. And the rest of the field 137s and the 2 145 and 146s for Botha and Sterner for their spin. And we've got a change already. Okay,
we do indeed. Yeah. Botha is absolutely on a charge again. Unsurprising. I see Zander in the chat saying the Jacques Botha, the champion. He's certainly going to have to prove it yet again tonight. No one's going easy on him. No. As the reigning champion, I would like to know from Zander why he's not racing tonight. Generally, we do have Zander in the car.
Let us know, Zander.
Yeah, unfortunate not to have you here, bud.
I think the next overtake's going to be Sterner here on Mr. Skuman, who's also riding defensively. Let's watch this.
Yeah, how these two work through their way through traffic's going to be very interesting.
He's giving him plenty of space. That's very nice quality driving there.
very generous almost from Skumona from there, I'd say. Oh, very defensive. Very defensive. That's good. That's probably the right move. Yeah. Easy. Held the position.
Great stuff. It'll be done on the main straight though, that's for sure.
I was going to say, if you're Sterner, what you want to do is just concentrate on getting this car lined up for the straight.
Yes. The DRS open, it's just going to breeze through here.
We remember both of them will get DRS. The way Assetto Corsa, for those who don't know, is with these single-seater mods that have DRS, and in fact any car that has DRS. Assetto Corsa was never designed for it, so all you can say is allow DRS or don't allow DRS. There's no DRS zones or anything like that.
Okay. Well, that's the pass done. He's back up.
Yeah, well done, Sterner. Now he's 2.7 seconds behind Buerta, but so Jacques Buerta certainly carving his way through the traffic much quicker.
Yeah, he's on his way up the road, good 2.5 seconds ahead there. Further back, what's going on? A Mashigo. Sekshaba Mashigo. Currently in 7th place.
I think definitely a new entrant, yes. Certainly seems to be. He was registered for the first, for the initial championship, but never actually scored a point. So I assume that means he never arrived, especially considering how well he's doing tonight. Look at that, up into 6th. So let's call this his first race and 6th position. That's really well done, and I like the livery as well. It's a really nice livery. Look at that.
It is stunning. Looks great. Timing wise, what else is going on? Who else is in a race here?
Sterner is in 9th. Why is Sterner down in 9th? What's happened there?
We must have missed it from there.
Sterner must have had another incident. That's really unfortunate. You see, he did a 42. He's done a 1 minute 42, so that's a big incident.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traffic here up ahead of him. These guys are racing, so now he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, really unfortunate.
Honorable changing positions ahead of him.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Sterner. But working your way through traffic when you're quicker is certainly a skill.
I think it was Dirkie Swanepoel that just fell off the track there.
Yeah, he just looked like he ran a bit wide.
Yeah.
Got out onto the marbles and lost the grip. Melvin Goos is quite close. There we go. Yeah. Looking to track down Dirk Brand.
It's also a nice looking car.
Yeah, very nice.
Blue livery.
Very clean. I do like that a lot.
It's great to see some nice looking liveries in the single seater series.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dirk Brand is running a lot further down than he generally would.
Yes.
So our 5th position in the championship last season finds himself in 10th position. So certainly some work to do here for Dirk. I wonder if he's struggling at this track, hasn't had opportunity to put in practice, or if he's just generally struggling here.
Yeah, Momegi down in 13th.
Yeah, new point blank entrant. Lawrence Sterner, I see he's up into 7th position now, slowly working his way through.
Yes, he's just gone past Peter Geldenhuis.
Geldenhuis not letting him get away at the moment.
And the principal of Peter Geldenhuis, the crew.
So I've got some feedback from Xander. He said he was dropped to Division 2. Ryan confirmed he needed a worthy opponent. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, Xander. Hope to see you back in Division 1 very, very soon.
Right.
But as he points out, the Black Widow racing team of Buerta, McGeer, Van Wyk, Greiling and Postma all in Division 1. So, you know, your teammates are certainly giving it horns for you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, behind Lawrence, it's all going on. Between Peter Geldenhuis and Mashigo, they're having a good race here.
I tell you what, I love it. I love to see a newbie doing well, and that's fantastic. I certainly hope he manages to keep that 7th position. Old Mike McGear, remember, he just he put in a lap, was quite towards the end of the race. I was saying how experienced he was, and look, he's finding himself in 5th position at the moment.
Yes.
Doing very well. McGear for Black Widow Racing.
Is that a pass? Yes. Peter Geldenhuis.
That was a pass, yep. Mashigo lost out to Geldenhuis there. But that's okay. Oof, running a bit wide. Careful out there, it's gonna be slippery. I tell you what, as your first race, particularly in the GP cars, all you want to do is make sure you see that checkered flag without any big incidents.
True.
That in itself is such an achievement that no matter where, and I mean in Division 1 as well, goodness, no matter where you finish, if you can say that you've had a nice clean race, oh, that's absolutely winning.
Jacques Bottas on the back of Matt. 2/10 here, and coming onto the start-finish line shortly.
Yeah, and we saw what happened last time. These two met on the start-finish line. I wonder if we're going to see it again, where Jacques Bottas is just going to absolutely breeze past Matt. And again, I just wonder. I really think that Matt is running a much higher downforce. Yeah, you can see Matt has opened his DRS.
It's not
Here he's coming. Oh, it's nowhere. Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
I may have misspoken. Matt still felt the need to go defensive. That's really going to line Jacques up going through turn 2, but it's unlikely to be able to make it actually stick.
Yeah, he's doing well. He covered that very well, I must say.
Yeah. So maybe I spoke too soon the first time. Maybe Matt isn't actually running particularly high downforce. He maybe just got a really bad drive going onto the start finish.
I agree. I think that's what it was. Because they didn't look easy at all, and Jacques didn't even get next to him, never mind close. However, his drive through these corners is great. So Matt's got to ride defensively through this whole section now.
Oh, goodness, Jacques is right on the bump of Matthew Boy. This is for 2nd place, of course. And pretty much our closest battle on track. Keeping a weather eye on Marmegi and Ghoos, also battling for 11th position, but I think we should stay here for the moment.
We'll stay here for the moment, yep. We'll see
how it plays out. Definitely.
We'll see how the rest of the guys go. The only other closest, well, there are a couple of 0 points, half a second here and there between Sterner, Geldenhuis, Mashigo, Swanepoel and Ghoos on the timing, so we'll see what happens.
Here we go.
Here we go. Again, defensive line, but
it's the right thing to do. We saw what happened last time. No, but Matt's definitely, he's got the position done that time. Matt may be wanting to try the cutback, but of course with this long right-hander and all that downforce, you're just going to absolutely lose out to the car in front, unfortunately.
And there's a lot of dirty air there, so I don't think that's helping.
Skuman into the pits, so we're now 25 minutes left, and Skuman has decided to do his pit stop. Of course, you don't have to do a pit stop. However, to manage this car to the end of a 45-minute stint is very difficult, and in fact, there's a lot of debate as to whether the fuel tank will even take enough.
Got you. Okay.
So Skuman, first man in the pits.
He's in and out already. Is this a 45-minute race?
Correct, 45-minute race, and we've got 24 now to go.
So we're almost halfway here.
Yeah, so I wonder if these guys, particularly the guys on hard tyres, I see Mashigo's got Peter Geldenhuis back. Well done.
Oh, he has too.
That's fantastic work. Again, keeping it nice and solid. See, look at this. Perfect stuff.
I tell you, he's all on his own. Peter Geldenhuis is not there. Dirk Brandt is behind him.
Geldenhuis has fallen all the way down to
he's in the
13th.
pits.
He's come into the pits as well. I wonder if he had a spin and then dived into the pits.
Something's happened.
Definitely. But now we'll see if Mashigo can make a count. And the way he's driving is very, very calm, very collected. Nothing too flamboyant, which is great. Yo, Peter Geldenhuis is in the pits for an awful long time.
Yeah, I also saw this.
He's going to be coming out virtually last, yeah?
He's coming out in this... Oh, he was right in the way here with Lawrence Stern going down the inside of Mike McGear. They missed him.
That's, of course, putting a lap on Geldenhuis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close.
That was close.
See how difficult it is to follow through that right-hander?
Right. Yeah, definitely. So, if I just click on Peter Geldenhuis now, he should just be behind them. Oh, he's also wide here, so I think his head... Yeah. He came out the pits now, and he's still got a problem. I don't know what's going on, but he's not happy here.
Yeah, running very slowly. Something definitely not right.
Okay, back with Lawrence Stern.
Chris Yankov saying, "Give it all, Melvin." Well, into the top 10, sitting in 9th. So he's doing an awful lot better than he was in qualifying.
Yeah. He's running here all on his own, but
sometimes that's a great place to be. You can really just knuckle down, concentrate. Although I see Marmegi's now all over the back of him. Only 2/10 behind.
Here we go. We're on board following the Marmegi Coast race.
As you say, that's a really lovely livery for Goos. I see McGear has now finally lost out to Stoner. Stoner's up into 4th place. Although no, actually, I lied. McGear's in the pits. Yeah. With 22 minutes left. Careful not to get the car turned around. Okay. There we go. It's actually quite easy to do. Corsa, you can come in absolutely flat out into the pits, but sometimes the car will just spin around on you. Look at it, all of it in the pits. McGear out now, Brand, Swanepoel, Marmegi Goos, and Andy.
Yeah, he's gone past with them all in the pits, so he's up to 9th, but they all still have to pit. So our leaders are going to be soon. Jacques Boete in 2nd place here. He's 3.3 seconds. There we can see Corné Breet just a further bit up the road. Corné, as you say earlier, was on mediums. He's got to be coming in probably now. We'll go on board with him and watch.
Yeah, they've all done 15 laps. No, staying out. I wonder if these guys are going to try and push it to about 15 minutes. And then do a really short stint.
No, do you think so? Okay.
Just a guess. No idea what makes me think that, but possibly. Certainly, you'd imagine Jacques Boete could stay out longer in terms of tyres.
Did a 134 flat versus Corné Breet's 134.9 on that previous lap. So.
Okay, so he's certainly catching. There's no reason. Yeah, definitely. I think Corné needs to pit soon.
Stoner in. Here we go from 5th. Hannes van Wyk will be the first, and he comes in right behind him. Maria Skuman, he's going to inherit these 2 positions. He moves up.
Remember, he was in 3rd place at one stage, I think.
Okay, he's up into 5th. Andrew Walbolt comes in. Mark McGear has gone past, so he's up into 7th.
Yep, doing well is Mike. I don't think Mashigo in 4th has pitted yet, so I don't think our top 4 have pitted.
No, midfield they're all pitting here. We've got Walbolt's in. Hannes Marmegi's gone through, so he's in 11th. And Peter Geldenhuis here right at the back still, so he's done. Okay, so it's got to be roundabout now for Corné Breet.
Yeah, you've got to imagine.
And he goes on.
No. The man's doing well, but let's see what the lap times are like. It looks like Jacques Boete has taken more than a second out of him already. So a 35.8. Boete's in the pits. Boete is in the pits.
You're right. Matthew Boyd goes into 2nd.
Also hasn't pitted as yet. also on the hard tyre.
Okay, we're on board with Mashigo, and he's going past. So it's Mashigo, Boy, and Briet that's left to pit, as far as I'm aware, with Buerta in the pit now. There's Melvin Coast down in 10th. I'm not too sure if he's pitted yet or not. But having a neat and clean race and looking after his wings, he is just behind Dirkie Swanepoel.
And doing a good job on his delta as well. Look at that.
Look, he's up. Yep.
10th and a half.
Definitely driving the car.
Yep, doing his fastest lap of the race. Excellent to see. So Buerta looks like he's come out and found himself some fairly clean air as well. So that's good for him. Yet another reason why I think that these top runners are trying to run the car longer, just to make sure they come out in some clean air.
I'm with you. Okay, let's see what happens. Yep, Corne's in.
Oh, there we.
He's just gone in.
So he's done 17 laps.
Matthew's going past.
Yeah, Matt does like to run long. I expect him to come in at the 15 mark. I really do.
Okay, so we've got Corner in the pits right now. We've got Ryan de Azevedo just coming out the pits. And we've got Mark van Rensburger DNF here, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate, yeah.
Barry May's just come out the pits in 15th.
So Briet is now out. He's exited the pits.
Yeah, here he comes. And
of course, oh, him and Buerta are so close. Look at that. You can see him in his mirrors. You can see Buerta in the mirrors.
that's after the net result after pit stop. So this is a close race right now.
Yeah, Buerta's really gained on him. It was about 2.5 seconds. So he gained a second and a half through the pit stop phase.
Mark McGear, Mashigo changing places between 6th and 7th.
I wonder... Oh no, Mashigo's not in the pits.
No, here he is. I think he just had a spin somewhere.
Okay, well he hasn't done his pit stop yet, I don't think. So I wonder if his tyres have gone off. Let's just have a look what he's on. He's on the mediums, so yeah, I would expect... I wonder if he just hasn't done too much testing in terms of tyre wear.
Okay. Let's watch Matt here because he's coming out of the amphitheatre section and he's probably going to go straight into the pits.
Yeah.
No.
Decides he can do another lap. That's strange. That would have lost him a fairly big amount of time. He's a second down in his personal best.
1:35.9.
Let's have a look what Briet does. It's going to be about 16 seconds before he comes across the line. But
they're in amongst a bit of traffic here as well, Nick. So I think that's also contributing to the lap times.
Definitely. And I mean, Briet's going to have to be worrying about Jacques Porter, who's 0.3 of a second behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
pit stop time. That was a 1:50.
Here he comes. He's going up the inside. Briet has not defended the inside line. That
It was close.
Porter.
Yep.
Getting it all crossed up, but managing not to slide off the track and take Briet out with him. Lawrence Sterner now right behind Skuman. Taken 2.6 seconds out of him that lap. Absolutely flying.
Next to each other in the braking zone. Looks like Lawrence has got this if he gets his braking right.
Yeah.
All done. Skuman's watching him through the turns 2 and 3.
Remember, we've got 15 minutes to go. Both Sterner and Buerta having recovery drives. Surely Matt's going to pit.
Agreed.
There's no ways. He's not going to try to do the whole race on one set of tyres and one tank of fuel, is he?
Let's see. We're at that point now. He's coming up to Barry Mayo, who's at the back. Here he goes.
In he comes. There we go. 15 minutes. I did call it.
15.8 at the line. So let's see. Buerta's in the cluster now, so we'll see him go down the main straight. Oh, he's run a bit wide. Oh no, sorry. That's Buerta chasing
I think.
a back marker. That's correct, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be Marmegi, I'm not sure. I was trying to recognise from the livery.
We're on board with Jacques. Where is Matthew Boy? He hasn't
Yeah,
come
they're
out
both
yet.
past him. Again, not defending. That was strange.
Cornet
Why
Briet
wouldn't
just
you
went-
defend the
yeah,
inside line there?
I don't know. And
You don't even need to aggressively defend the inside line, particularly. Doing very well to hang on through turn 3.
goes down the inside. We've got Matthew Boy out in third place, 6 seconds back.
Yeah, so he's done all right actually out of this pit stop phase. I think he was around 4th going into it. Difficult to tell because obviously everybody was jumping in the pits
Yes.
all over the place. But
These two are
With it-
definitely having a hell of a dice here.
oh, absolutely, they're going hammer and tongs. But Stern is now 18 seconds behind Boy, so let's see if he can reel that in. He's got 13 minutes to do it in.
Okay. There's Matthew Boy up at the top of the screen. Oh, look at this! In the breaking point.
Yeah, outbraked himself, I think. No, Buerta. I think Buerta just outbraked himself. You saw the puff of smoke.
Yep.
So we got Black Widow of Buerta versus Briet. Is that SRC, Sim Racing Crew?
On Briet, yeah. Cornet Briet.
No, Flying Gypsies. I apologize. I apologize. Flying Gypsies.
with
So
Craig Hunter.
we've had Black Widow Racing, SRC, Point Blank Sim Racing, everybody cheering, but the Flying Gypsies are actually the ones in the lead at the moment. See Buerta locking up there into turn 1 as well. And in fact, let's have a quick tyre check. Cornet Briet came back out on the mediums, unsurprising considering how long he made those last, and Jacques Buerta on the hards. So both drivers having their preferred tyre and sticking to their guns. Nobody seeming to switch. Boy is still on the hards, Stern is on the mediums. Yeah, I think Oaks have generally just picked a tyre and gone with it.
No, I agree. Melvin Kosa net 9th now. Doing very well. I think he went past Dirkie Swanepoel somewhere because he's right behind him. This is quite a close race. Half a second. And we've got Mashigo and Brand also. Oh, hang on. Mashigo's had a spin or a problem here. He's just dropped 2 positions. And another
And
one.
there's Marmegi going through. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we were talking earlier, it's just about getting that car to the end without incident. Oh, you can see there. I think he's maybe cooked his tire. Oh, he hasn't pitted. We haven't seen Mashigo in the pits. I wonder. Mashigo is on the mediums as well. My goodness, if he is on the mediums with 10 minutes to go and hasn't pitted, A, how on earth does he still have fuel in that car? And B, those tires must be absolutely done right now.
They've got to be. They're full marshmallows. Let's be realistic.
Definitely. Burnt marshmallows.
We shall see now because he's coming up to the pit entrance through the complex. I think he's probably felt his pain, but he's staying out. Good gosh.
Oh, I just wonder
I don't know
if he just hasn't considered the possibility of a pit stop. He's been told you don't have to do one, so he's gone, right,
Yeah.
bang on some tires and let's go racing, boys.
Okay.
What's tyre wear between friends? Because Buerta's back in front of Briet now.
Yeah, we didn't even see that happen.
No, these two have changed positions quite a bit.
Yeah.
Once Buerta's in the lead, he has tended to make a couple of mistakes. You saw that puff of smoke. That wasn't Buerta, that was the back marker. Just dipping into 10 minutes left on this race. Jacques Buerta's best time in the race, a 1 minute 33.921.
It's a great race pace.
It is a great race pace. You've got to remember his pole position, well ahead of everybody, was a 33.2. And if I'm not mistaken, Matthew Boy was a 33.8 in second position. So that would have been good enough to put him on third on the grid.
Okay.
In race pace. Matthew Boy, best lap of a 34.789. So his 33.8, he's almost a second off the pace. So, I mean, you can see in race trim, you know, Jacques Boerter, if you look at his qualifying time versus his best race time, you know, that gap, that delta between the two is exceptionally small. And I mean, Matthew Boy is not exactly slow. The man's running in third. And if he's a second off and Boerter is, what, 7/10 off, that's quite significant.
Yeah. This is the closest dice at the moment on the track between Dirkie Swanepoel and Malmegi. These guys have been swapping positions all the time while you've been talking. I've just been seeing the arrows going up and down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see Xander in the chat saying, well done, Boerter, first again. It's not over yet, Xander. It's absolutely not over yet. 8 minutes to go, and as you said, Alan, these guys have changed positions quite a lot. I mean, I get the gap is 1.8. Ooh, mistake there by Malmegi.
Exactly.
Mistake.
See, this is what's going on. They really... Did Malmegi pit?
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
On board here with Dirkie, and I mean, they're having a...
This is a great battle,
yeah,
actually.
They're having a lot of fun, let me tell you that.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
And looking at the lead times while we watch these guys, Boerter is out by 2 seconds over Cornet Briet with 7 minutes and some to go. So we'll see how it goes towards the end. But we're just watching these guys at the moment. This is a close little race happening.
Absolutely, I think
yeah.
Definitely stay on with this. But as I say, Jacques hasn't had a mistake-free race, so you never know. The positions at the top could change again. Swanepoel not able to get in the slipstream properly of Malmegi there. It's so important to get yourself close and just really on the tail of the guy in front, just to make that position swap into turn one doable.
I think they're coming up to Melvin Coase ahead of them. No, sorry, Melvin Coase is ahead of them. He's in 8th now. He's doing himself
Melvin's
well.
doing well.
Yeah.
Doing very well.
Well done.
Speaking of, your mate old Andy in 12th. Excellent position for him there. First race. Well done. Welcome to SimRace SA. Hope you stay for a very long time.
I'm sure we will.
And in fact, both of our newbies, Mashigo as well, that's 11th and 12th.
Yes.
Very, very respectable positions there indeed. I'm sure we can expect to see this young blood doing very well in the not too distant future. I see Stephen Sparks giving his support behind Dirk Brand.
Yeah, he's in, Mike McGeer just had a big oopsie there, and Dirk is going around the outside here in the John Player Special car.
You're gonna struggle to do that too wide through turn 3. I think that is very, very difficult.
Mike had a huge moment in turn 2, coming out of turn 2, and that's what got Dirk all excited there. But it's all settled again.
That McGeer experience, though, keeping the car on the black stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Dirk Brand doing much better now. We saw him a lot further down the field. As I said, he finished 5th in the championship, so we do expect Dirk Brand to at least be in the top 10. And he certainly worked his way in there. 7th position. I think he'll be quite satisfied with that.
And still running a decent race pace. Looking at his delta, he's within 3-4 tenths of his normal lap time. So great consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Kieran Paterson in the chat saying, well done to all the new guys. Your first round in Division 1 is a phenomenal achievement, everyone. Keep pushing.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Kieran's showing exactly what makes the SimRace SA community just so good. It's an exceptionally supportive and friendly place to be.
Yep.
Everyone's out there to win, to do as best they can, but all gentlemen at the same time.
It's commentator's curse. I just watched Andy go through the complex and he hit the second sausage curb and the car was aerial in the air for a couple of seconds.
Those sausages will kill you.
Just up a couple of seconds up the road to Mashigo in 11th. And just he's chasing down Dirkie Swanepoel and Marmegi. So these three are all together here. I'll put the camera on Dirkie's car.
Absolutely. So we've got 3 minutes left on the clock. 9th, 10th, and 11th, who are on board with right now, are absolutely nose to tail, and even 5th, 6th, and 7th are even close too. So that's a lot of fighting for the end of a race. This is fantastic.
Mario Skuman leading Mark McGear and Dirk Brand right behind him. Look at that, all three of them. So Buerta's doubled his lead to 4 seconds, so he has managed to drive away from Cornet Briet.
Definitely showing his legs.
Someone's in the pits here. I've just seen a car go into the
Skuman. Skuman's in the pits.
Mario Skuman. That is a very late
unfortunate
pit stop.
Yeah. He has pitted before. I remember seeing him pit before. So that, I would say, is unscheduled.
Yeah.
It's unlike... With 2 minutes left on the clock,
yeah,
he must...
I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
I think that's fuel, I really think that's fuel.
Oh, good point. He might be running out. Okay.
Yeah. He's miscalculated.
Sorry, just had to cycle through. So,
that's
on board with Jacques Buerta. This will be his last lap for sure. He's driven a really good race, although he didn't have it all his own way.
Definitely not. He's had to battle for this one, maintain a level head. I mean, we didn't quite see it into turn 1/2, but we think off the start of the race he got hit or had an incident. He's had to battle his way back, and then tangling with Lawrence Sterner as well. Sterner unfortunately just tapping the back of Buerta, but in the end, the man who stuck it on pole is 4.8 seconds in the lead.
Yes. I don't see a notification of last lap, but with the time at 1 minute 13 or 12, I would say he's on his last lap here.
When the time ticks down, it will say the lead is on their last lap.
Okay.
So we'll only see that once it gets to 0. I mean, I know I say it every time we go on board with Jacques Buerta, but he is just so smooth in a GP car.
Yeah, he knows exactly where the 4 corners of this car is. He positions it exactly where it needs to be.
Gonna have to start calling him the man of silk. Look how smooth that is. Oh, as I say, he gets it wrong. That's commentator's curse. Straight there for you, chaps.
Oh, he missed them both. Great stuff. Okay, this has got to be his last lap then. Anything else on the track? Nothing really to report.
Oh, by 2 seconds he gets across the line for a final lap. So we get 29 laps.
Somebody's coming out the pits here ahead of Cornet Briet.
Looks like a Blackwidow Racing car. That's definitely a back marker.
Not Peter Crowley. I'm not just paging through them quickly. Hannes van Wyk. He also had a very late pit stop. Maybe also fuel, Nick?
Could be. I mean, I don't see a reason to pit
on the second last lap.
Yeah.
Can only be fuel. Check at this. Melbourne Coast in 7th place.
Yeah, that's
great stuff.
Definitely his adoring fans that have propelled him all the way up.
Chris Yanka and everyone else on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He has felt your force and your support.
Oh, that's a
little wide.
Change of underwear needed after that one.
Sure. Alright, so
Marmiggy's in the pits. I see Marmiggy's in the pits.
What? And he's coming out. This is... People have undercalculated their fuel. Guaranteed.
It must be.
On the final lap, to take a pit stop, that's fuel. It was probably spluttering. Well done, Mr. Buerta. Game, set and match to you, sir.
Yeah. Jacques Buerta in first. Some celebration donuts. You deserve them tonight, my friend.
Matthew over the line. Lauren Sterner coming down the straight. 4th place. Did really well.
So Matthew has already beaten his best result from last season, which we said was 4th. He's now got on the podium. Well done to Matthew.
Yes.
Cornet Briet, fantastic drive. Lawrence Sterner had to recover, but didn't quite do as well as Jacques Buerta, especially considering the pace he was showing. Dirk Brand up to 5th.
Yep.
He was 7th not long ago. That man has done very well, very consistent. Mike McGear, the man, into 6th. Melvin Gous, great finish.
Yep.
Look at that. Mashigo in 8th for his first race. That is fantastic. That really is.
And the kid, Wilbult, 10th place overall.
Oh, top 10 in your first race. Can you really complain?
Excellent stuff. Gert Snyman, cheers. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel, sir.
Yep. Thank you to everyone. And well done to everyone who's competed. It's been a fantastic race. A lot of people felt that the end of the season was a bit chaotic. This race has been much better in terms of consistency from all the drivers. I think everyone has done a fantastic job.
Agreed. Great race. I think we had, according to my system, a single DNF with Mark van Rensburg. I didn't see him at all, so he must have had a ping issue. Otherwise, everyone else was there. So, Nick, it's been a blast. Thank you for joining me in the studio this evening. And until our next race, when is it?
I think it'll be 3 weeks. 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time.
2 weeks time. There we go. All right. Thank you, everyone. And cheers for now.
Cheers.
Cheers, Nick.